Okay, guys, let's start because we cannot keep waiting forever. Anuj, am I audible? Eh, Am I audible? Anuj, Vedant?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. So let's start with our discussion. So, any questions from the last slide that we need to plot a graph? Anything? Anyone who tried plotting any graph?
No, sir.
Then it becomes only one way affair. You come here, go, and then forget about it. Is that the way it is?
No, sir.
Then I would have no interest in continuing, boss. If that is the case, then tell me, how do I know whether you are learning or not learning? Are you getting me? So if you haven't even tried, then I don't know how much you understood what is to be done. How many you tried to tic-tac-toe program? So, one was saying working on it.
Sir, I couldn't get how to make that tic-tac-toe program. Like,
What was the issue? I given you basic working version. You can play randomly and you mostly going to win. To run the program, at least manually, whatever I given you, it is a working program. Anush, did you run the program the one I sent you? Vedant, did you try running the program? No.
sir, I didn't get any program.
It was sent in the group.
WhatsApp group, nothing came, sir.
No, email.
Email, I didn't check, I guess.
Yeah, so my mostly communication happens on email. WhatsApp, I rarely send anything. Unless somebody asks me, I won't be sending it. So, okay. So, okay,
Yes,
let's
sir.
go through. And probably, if not many, then I don't know whether you need to continue. So, unless I see progress, then we will not have any more classes after this. Okay. So, yesterday, if you look at, we had a graph, and in the graph, we basically said that I can draw the x-axis. This is my x-axis, and this is my y-axis, and at certain points for each of the x-axis points, and I have a y-axis points. You know the x values, and so draw those points wherever it is, and you can join, do whatever. And we did draw what is called sine curve. In the last lecture, we did sine theta. We also did cos theta. And I also gave few exercises which I don't think anyone you tried. Okay. So today what we're trying to talk about is, can we do multiple graphs in a figure? For example, if you look at, this is my whole canvas. Let's say divide into 6 parts or 2 parts. So this is my graph 1 and this is my graph 2. So here in the first graph, I draw sine theta. In second graph, I draw cos theta. So overall, I still have only one graph, but I made 2 parts. What we call is a grid. So this is grid 1 or this is grid 2. Or I can even define, split into, let's say, further parts. I can say this is my whole canvas. I divide into, let's say, 6 parts, 3 columns, and 2 rows. So the grids will be numbered as grid number 1, grid number 2, grid number 3, 4, 5, and 6. And for each of the grid areas, we can draw individual graph and then show them. Actually, there are more complex ways available. If you want to do, we can even do something like this is my whole canvas. So I can say my one graph is going to be like this, other graph is going to be like this, third graph is going to be something like this, fourth is, they all have to be square, and then I can
Now,
do.
what is the application of this?
No, if you want to a different sizes graph, I'll come to the application. Like I showed you, you want to show sine theta separately, cos theta separately. How do they look? You want to, rather than a single graph, you want to show in multiple places. And we'll see application while I come to the remaining part of the lecture. Okay. But this particular case, you want to have one bigger photo, one small graph, one different way. You want looking at, even you can do that. But I'm not going to cover this part. This part I'm not covering, but it's haphazard way. What I'm covering is only uniform division of a graph. So you can graph 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 2 by 2. You only uniform division, or more details you read documentation, edit from there. So let's start. How do we go about doing this in a multiple graph? So there is a method available, what we call it subplot. Using subplot, we define which graph kind of want to do that. So plot into the sectors or a grid. So the subplot divide the area into sub area, or what I call a grid points, and then each one can act as an independent graph by itself. As I said, we can do advanced management. Not all is a uniform size, but I'll leave that away. That will be too complicated. First, understand the basics part of it, and I'll give you my basic exercise subplot how we can really use it. So I will not cover this, but I'll cover about the basic part. So point is using subplot I can define. Now, how do I get my area? So essentially, whenever you subplot, you specify three values, all numbers, A, B, C. So A indicates number of rows, B indicates number of columns, and C indicates, so basically A to B, I have normally seen at the most 9 areas, because beyond that becomes too cumbersome. So in a way, if you look at, so how do I see that? If you look at, let me go back again. Let's say I divide my area into 6 parts. So this is my grid 1. So this is my row is equal to 1. This is my row is equal to 2. This is my column is equal to 1. Column is equal to 2. Column is equal to 3. So this is my grid area number 1. This is my grid area number 2. This is my grid area number 3. Grid area number 4, number 5, and number 6. I'm coming to that. When I subplot, I want to use this particular area. So I would say, what is my grid size? That means I have 2 rows. So I would say subplot, I have 2 rows, 3 columns, they will remain fixed. And this number will indicate, so if I say subplot 2, 3, 5, that means 2 rows, 3 columns, and my grid number is 5, meaning I'm looking at this area. So anything I say 2, 3, 5, it will be pointing
Excuse me, sir.
into this dot. Yeah. Tell me, Anush. Go ahead.
So, so first, do we add the row?
Yeah. Repeat the question.
So in this, for subplot, do we add the row number first?
No. So, yeah, row. So first is the how many rows? Like 2 is the row number of rows in the whole grid. Second field is
Okay.
number of columns in the whole grid. And then third is, so this is called subplot is values are A, B, C. A is number of rows, B is number of columns, and C is sequentially which we want to use. So this is subplot. When I say 2, 3, 5, it basically means we are dividing into 2 into 3, and current graph would be in this area. If I say subplot 2, 3, 2, this indicates
It
2
will be in
rows,
the 2 area.
3 columns, and this is my 2, 3, 2 would be.
So, and
Sir,
regarding yesterday's
Yeah.
program,
Tell me.
so yeah, and
We'll come
regarding
to that.
yesterday's program,
We draw one at a time. But understand the concept. Then I'll tell you how to use them. Is the concept
okay.
okay?
sir,
Yes,
do
sir,
you
sure.
have to put commas in between the
Hmm?
ABC?
Repeat.
Do you have to put commas in between
No,
ABC?
no
Or
commas.
is like
No commas. Just 2
any
to 1.
space or
No, as it is.
like
Just as it is.
so a 3-digit number, that's
Yeah,
all.
just 3-digit number. Yes, it is a 3-digit number. Okay. Just 3. You'll see the example. But is the concept understood first?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's look at the actual usage. So we are done. Yeah, tell me what is you not getting it? Yeah, 2, 3, 2 means 2 rows, 3 columns, and second one. It will plot only in the second one. And then we change to 2, 3, 3, it will change to third one. Wait a minute, I'll come to that, okay? Just wait, then you understand. Let's say I want to plot a graph of 6 numbers. Square root of x, x root x square, x cube, and 2 raised to power x. And we'll plot for, let's say, some value 9. So when x is from 0 to 8, so let's say when x is from 0 to 8, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have these 9 values. I want to plot a square root of x. I want to plot y is equal to x, y is x root x, y is x square, y is x cube. So look, I have 6 different graphs. And I want to plot them each in a separate sub-window, sub-graph. So first I'm generating a list. So look, I generated my x values, I for I in range C and T. So this becomes my x list. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now for square root of x, what I'm saying is y is equal to, if you look at my dot square root of I, so y0 would contain respective value for x square root of x. y1 is same as x. y2 I am doing I star math square root, that means y2 would be x square root of x. Sorry.
Sir, why don't we use just like I raised to the power of -1?
Which one?
I mean not -1, fraction, sorry.
Yeah.
Instead of using square root function, why don't we use I raised to the power of a fraction?
You can do that as well. Okay. You can do that. No issues.
What is this I in range? What?
Did you miss the previous classes? This is called comprehensive form of defining a list. And
No, sir.
when I was discussing a list, I talked about it.
No, sir. Is this x root x?
Yeah, so this is, if you look at I star mat dot square root I, when I 0, this gives me 0 star square root 0. When I is 1, it gives me 1 star square root of 1. When I is 2, it will give me 2 square root of 2. So this is what is called the list comprehension form. List comprehension. I covered it when I talked about the list. So go back to the lectures and feel from there. So one is I can specify like this, or I can specify in this. So I can give a simple formula for I in range, take the values, and what the values are, you take from there. This is what I call as list comprehension form. So are we okay that x would be have a value, values of x would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Is this fine? Without,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
okay. Now when I say y0 is met dot square root of I, so y0 would contain 0, 1, this is y0 would be. Square root of 2 would be 1.414. Square root of 3 would be 1.73. Square root of 4, 2, and so on and so forth. This would be value in the y1. Sorry, y1 would be same as x. I made a mistake. Yeah, this is y0. Y1 would be same as this. My y1 same as x, it will be again 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 8. If we look at y2 is I square not square root I. So value of y2 would be 0, 1, 2 square root 2 is 2.8. 3 square root 3 would be 5.1 something. Then 4 square root 2 would be 8. And so on and so forth. This the value would be,
Sir,
yeah, in y2.
what if you took
Therefore,
what if you took negative numbers for
negative
like for
numbers,
root
square
n?
root will give you complex numbers. Math and support
Yeah,
complex
so-
number, I haven't discussed those.
Okay, fine.
Okay. But you can get complex number. Like what is square root of -1? You write a plus iota b. So I'm not talking into complex numbers, so let's skip it. Let's keep it to positive number. Is that okay? Similarly,
Yes, sir.
what is my y3 would contain? Can somebody answer?
Square of the same.
Yeah, so can you give me the numbers? Anuj, what would y3 contain?
So it would contain 1, 4,
No, 0. Start from 0. 0,
0,
1, 1.
0, 1, 4, 9,
Yeah.
16.
Abhiram, what would y4 contain? Yeah, so what is it will contain? Okay, perfect. Aruna, what would y5 contain?
0, 2, 4, 6.
No,
So
not 6, 8.
oh, sorry, 8, sir.
8, 16,
I-
32, and so on and so forth. Okay. So now let's say, how do I plot this different graph? I have these values. So look what I have done. So first I need to do plot.figure and saying subplot 1 means my grid has 2 rows, 3 columns, and I'm focusing on first sub area. This is the comment I'm writing. And then I'm saying plot x and y0, which is square root of x. I'm putting a label of square root of x. This plotting would be done. When I say legend, this label would come in. Now I want to go to second grid point. Then I would say subplot 232. Legend is display the label and all that. Otherwise, it won't display the labels. X-axis, the whatever labels you want to give, it won't display otherwise. What the line means. Okay. So 232 means 2 rows, 3 columns, and second grid. Don't make a mess of it. One says 231, other says 312. Whole thing will become messy. Yeah, so make sure you are consistent there. And then I am plotting xy1, which is the linear. You say linear. Then I would say 233. Remember, 2, 3 should be common across all. Because if you change it, whole thing will become messy. so don't try that. I don't know what would happen. And this is square root of x, x is square root of x. Then I would say I have done that part. Sorry, what did I do? Yeah, so, and then same way you can continue for the other part. 1 minute. What did I do? Just give me a minute. Did I made a mistake? This is 5. Oh, I think I just, so now here, yeah, look at, there's an error there. If you look at, this should be 2, 3, 4. This should be 2, 3, 5 and 2, 3, 6. Do you get the error? Why this was error? Because I want to go to 4th area and 5th area and 6th area. Let's say left upper corner, middle upper corner, sorry. This should be lower. No, start from 1. I don't know, try it out. This copy paste problem.
So in that case,
Okay.
in
Now
that
when I
case,
do a plot.show, you will see 6 subgraphs into the screen. Are we okay? Anuj?
so here is it Y4 or Y3?
Which
In the
one?
first one.
Should be Y3. Now remember we did Y0, Y1, Y2. If you go
Yes, sir.
previously, we started from Y0, Y1, Y2. Look at what we are initialized with. Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5. So first
Yes,
3
sir.
I am doing this, and next 3 I am doing this.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now for the plot.show, you would see 6 different graphs. Let me run and show it. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
let's
sir.
say multi. See what I've done? Same thing what I did in the code here. And then 2 rows, 3 columns. So first is 2, 3, 1, which is the square root. 2 to second grid is linear. Third grid is x square root of x. My program is correct. My slides are not. My slides have a problem. This should have been 4, 5, and 6. That you can see here 4, 5, and 6. And then the plot.show. Okay, let's run this program. You see, this is okay. So you can see this is my square root of x. This is my linear. This is my x square root of x. This is my square. This is my cube. And this is my 2 raised to power x or exponential. So see 3 different places, sorry 6 different, so you can say separately. If I were to draw everything in a single graph, it would become messy and you won't even see this line. Because these values are way too high, others are too small, you won't even, so square root x would kind of appear as linear. And you see I'm showing all the points, 0, 1, 2, 3, all of these points. Any question about this?
Sir,
Yeah.
what about this thing? Like, if you have to change the size, how can you change like, for example, there's this 50.
There are the size of the individual subgraph or something else.
Like, this thing. for y-axis in x square, it's 20 difference in this units
Uh-huh. You want to give
for
different values
y-axis.
there. Okay. You say you want to give different values, right?
Yeah, the different limits like
Yeah. So those can be done. There are advanced options. If you look at the last lecture, I given you option called xticks. You can define those and using that. I'm giving you basic. First, unless you draw basics, it will become tougher. So there is an option, something called xticks. So if you look at xticks, the call called xticks. And then, so let me go back to my presentation. 1 minute. So if I say plot dot xticks, you specify what the values are and what they want to appear as. It can give you that. It's also called plot dot axis. What is the lower limit of x, upper limit of x? So lower limit of x, upper limit of x, lower limit of y, upper limit of y. You can specify all those.
So could you just please show the program?
1 minute. Let me clean it up. Otherwise it will become messy in the screen. And let me remove that.
and sir, how can you make the limit, increase the limit from 8 to
Just 1
8
minute.
and
First let me show the program, then I answer that. Okay.
yeah.
Can you see the program? Which line number you want me to go to? I'll go to that line number. See here, I'm creating for each value of x. I created these values for y. Is that okay, Vedant?
Sir, I
Yeah,
couldn't
you
hear,
asked the
sir.
question. So I'm saying for each value of x, I've created this y0, y1, y2. Okay, this is actual program.
Yeah.
Then I'm saying for the grid
Yeah.
2, 3, 1, first grid, plot y0 with black dot and dotted dashed lines. Remember k dot I said k is for black, dot is dotted line. I mean the point will appear as a dot. And then I say plot. Then I go to second grid, 2, 3, 2, the second grid point, and I plot my y1. Y1 is my linear curve. The way I'm putting a label. Whatever label you want to put to appear, it will appear, and this is what you see linear. You have to call legend to display those labels, otherwise they won't come. There are a lot more options here. You can say here x dot x, x dot axis. I'm not going to x dot label, y dot label. All the options which are there in previous, those are applicable. Only thing what it plot does is, subplot does is, it focuses onto your smaller narrow grid. Everything else remains the same. It doesn't change. And then you go to other graph. Are we okay? Vedant, you want to see the program? Anything else?
No, sir.
Yeah.
What if you this thing plot in different, instead of using subplot, you directly plot more and more graphs?
Then
What
it
will
will
happen?
say all up. So what would happen is if you do that. So let's say what would happen. Okay. So if you look at let me probably show you, create a new slide, and then I'll tell you, let me create an empty slide. Just give me a minute so that I can tell you what I'm trying to say there. Look here. So if I plot in a single graph, my x values are, if you look at 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you look at x cube, my y values would be, I'm doing x cube, and 8 cube is 512. So I have to cover everything. And so if I look at square root of x, the square root of 8 is 2.2. So a square root curve would come something like this. Square root of linear would come something like this. And then this, and then this. So you won't even see this graph. They'll become so small, you say, what the hell I'm getting? If you don't do subplot, all of them can come in the same graph. That can happen. You can do that as well. No issues.
Oh,
Okay?
yes, sir.
Try it out. That's why I'm going to ask you to guys practice. Unless you practice, it doesn't work. Yeah, go ahead, Abhiram. Huh? No, I didn't get you. Tell me again. Let me go there, okay? Yeah, plot dot subplot, yeah. Huh? Uh-huh. I don't know whether you can use a variable name there. You have to use a number. Okay? I don't know about it. Fine. Are we okay so far? Aruna?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's go and tell you what I wanted to do. And I wanted to show you COVID data of India as of now. I downloaded this data from this place. There's a website which gives you data for each country. I downloaded the data. And what I want to show is in 4 different windows, starting from March 1st. Because that is really when we started getting cases. Till today, until yesterday as per them, what are the new cases have come? What are the new casualties that appeared each day? What the total number of cases and what is total number of deaths? So I downloaded the data from there. I wrote a program and data basically gives you all these details. And I'll show you those data. It gives you for each country. I kept data only for India country. I removed for other countries. Okay. So I initialize my list to like this. And then my code is kind of very simple. I'll show you the code. Again, I'm just saying subplot. I need only 4. I'm plotting only 4 graphs. If you realize, only 4. This is new cases, new casualties, total cases, total casualty. That's all I'm trying to show. And that's the reason I said I'll use 2 rows and 2 column and first grade. So here I said new cases. I'll talk about to get new cases. Same way new deaths. And then we look at total cases and total deaths. So let me show you the program there. Okay. First, let me show you the data. Look at data looks like this: date, country, new cases, new deaths, total cases, and total deaths. This gives you for each country for each day. So I started reading a file. From the file, I'll read and just put over each day, put them in an array. Remember, I have 4 arrays. If you look at my arrays, so I define the 4 arrays. I'm not using this at all. So this only then I thought I'll use it later, but I'm not using it. So one is for new cases, one is for new deaths, one is for total cases, one is for total death, and my x-axis is starting from day number 1, which is March 1st. So if we look at the data, I'm starting from March 1st. Actually, data in the original file in the website gives you from January itself, but I removed those. So these are 6 columns: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But and first line, if you look at, is the header part: date, location, new cases. So this is, I know what these are, so let me not worry about those. And so I open the file. If you look at, my argument is the file name. I open the file. Then a read line means skip the first line because there's no data there. And then for each line, I read the line, strip any spaces, split into, with a comma part, into 6 fields. First would be date, country, new cases, new date, test cases. And remember, they are all in strings. I need to convert. So I convert the number. I keep incrementing number by 1. New cases, new dates. So I got 4 arrays. So this way, when I run this loop, I get all the new cases, new dates, total cases, and total dates. And then all I need to do is plot. So the sub-T title is basically single title for the entire grid graph, support title. So subplot 2 to 1 means 2 rows, 2 column first grid. I show the new cases with black color. 2 rows, 2 columns second grid. I see new dates. 2 row, 2 columns third grid, total cases, and total dates. So let's run the program and so how the program would run. So Python COVID India.py India data CSV and see what you get. So you get new cases starting from March 1st, which is what I said till yesterday. This is the new deaths every day. You can see that. This is the total number of cases. We know we already is 20,000. The total number of deaths. So I can plot the graph. Because if you mess up everything, let's say I put in single graph, this 20,000 is too big a number, nothing else would be. These lines would appear very, very almost straight. You won't even see those. If I were to make a single graph, this line would kind of appear just like this. And this line would take up everything. This in total cases would take up everything, and you won't even be able to appreciate because range is too big. So better to put in different graph windows rather than in a single graph. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, it's gone everything. So that's what I'll basically got today. So my exercise for you is again draw in 4 sub areas, and you want to show that we always know that cos 2 theta is equal to cos square theta minus sin square theta. So in one window draw cos square theta, another sub window draw sin square theta, another window draw cos 2 theta, and fourth window draw the difference. So third and fourth window should show the same values. So you can graphically show that. Same way, you should be able to prove cos square theta plus 1 square theta is equal to 1. So sub window 1, cos square theta, sub window 2, sin square theta, sub window 3, sum of these values, and sum window 4, 1. So you see 3 and 4 will give same values. This way you understand what this part is. Any questions?
Sir, I am in 10th, so I have not studied this concept yet.
Okay, you not studied, so that's okay. You can probably do the other part at least, 9, 10 graphs, something of that kind. Or take any other
fine.
number, or polynomial or something else. So you can look at your age and height every year and display your age and height graph. When your age
Yes, sir.
1, what is your height? When your age 2, your height. So you can display that in age or height graph. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So x-axis is age and y-axis is, let's say, height. Or you can say height and weight, whatever. You want to plot this graph, do that. Some number which is okay. Anything else? So I'm more or less done. Now, unless you guys do practice and show me what you have done, I'm not going to do any more classes. Okay, my next class is, right now I download your data manually. Can I directly get the data from the internet and do something with it? Basics, and then we stop.
Sir, can you send the link in the WhatsApp group?
Which link? The slides are already there.
That, no, the data wala, the COVID data.
So you have the access to the slide. Are you not in email?
Huh?
Are you not in email? You are getting email, na?
Yeah, yes, sir. Let me check.
So email you get everything. I've given you everything.
Yeah, fine, sir.
Sir, could you please send the program for the COVID data
Yeah,
for
I'll do
India?
that. After this class, I'll do that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So plot something, send me the exercises. If I don't see exercises till this Saturday or Sunday, then there'll be no class on Monday. So Monday class will be only when you do the homework. Otherwise, there'll be no class. I'll be stopping here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you guys then.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.